Welcome back, everybody. Steve Hamp here with you. I just want to do a shout out to all the old subscribers. Been here forever. Thank you so much. All the new ones, my goodness. You guys been piling on pretty well. So I hope you guys get something out of each and every one of these videos. I'm sure they're not always going to be for everybody, but it's like reading a book. If you get one page out of it that really helps you, then why not read the darn book, you know? So watch the video from the beginning to the end. Hit the like button, the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and let's get right into this. All right, this video is going to be on self-defense, all right? Because last week's video, we were talking about it, about hitting things and how you want to have accuracy with your weapon as well as accuracy on the target. This week I wanted to talk about the differences, all right, to where you need to be like a magician. You need to disappear, reappear. You need to distract and do the magic. You know what I mean? So, you know, a magician will want you watching this hand while the real magic is going on with the other hand. All right, so in this little example, you know, I could be throwing an overhand right and stepping out, but I really want to land this knee. I don't care if he blocks this punch. That doesn't matter to me. If it hits him, that doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's like a bonus. That's what I would always tell my students. It's like a bonus if you get that. But you have your primary and your secondary. This is not my primary. If I hit him in the face or the head or whatever, the nose, sock him in the nose, whatever, my primary is going after that knee to the body or the roundhouse kick to the body. That's what I'm trying to really accomplish here. So that's my primary. I don't know if anyone's ever spoke like this about it with the primary and the secondary, but that is what you really want to work toward. You want to get that magic happening, all right? Xi Jinping would talk about two-time attack, all right? And that's what I'm really going after here. I'm going for a two-time attack. This is what's the primary. Boom! And a lot of people would tell me, you know, how fast I am. And it's not that I'm fast. It's that I'm doing the next thing, all right? It's like chain wrestling, you know, where you've heard of chain wrestling, where a person is grappling and they're going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and they're rolling and they'll abort this to get to that, to do this, to do that, and they're putting those links together. It's no different when you're on the street, okay? Many people want to hit bombs and try to knock a person out quickly, all right? And that's another thing I used to always tell my students, especially if you're fighting someone skilled. If you're fighting some bum, some commoner, some peasant, that's different, all right? But if you're fighting someone with skill, you need to soften that meat. You need to tenderize that meat before you throw it on the grill, all right? So you need to pepper that person up prior to dropping them with something that's going to finish them, like that what's that video game? You know, so you want to finish them. So in that example, you see the secondary is getting off in the center line and throwing a strike, ridge hand. I always call it a ridge hand roundhouse kick. So a ridge hand, throwing it, or you could throw a overhand right or whatever you're doing, but the primary is getting that knee in there or that kick in there, all right? And it's going now. It wants to get in there now. I drive it home now. I want to, that's my primary. If he blocks, like I said, if he blocks that, I don't care. If it hits him in the face, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me as long as I drove home my primary, all right? That's everything, you guys, that primary. Okay, a lot of people at Ho Chun would talk about they couldn't really do what they, you know, the techniques that teacher would show. They couldn't They didn't feel confident they could pull them off. And most of the time, it was because they would take themselves out of striking distance. With slides, for instance, they would slide way over here. See, I'm even off camera. They would slide so far out that they couldn't get the person without coming back in. All right. So you want to stay close to the opponent. Teacher would talk about being in the your safest in the eye of the storm. And initially, in the beginning, it's a frightful place to be. It really is to maintain closeness to the person. But now you're steel stepping. You've got tools to pull out of your toolbox to take care of that. But that is ultimately the safest place to be, is in that eye of the storm. If you could stay in the eye of the storm, you're going to be victorious as long as you have practiced and are confident in your skill level. The eye of the storm is where you want to be. That pocket, staying in tight, close to that guy, especially with Shuai Jiao. Number one, I told you guys before, maybe not you new people to the channel, but when people grab, as soon as their arms touch me, I'm steel stepping. I love that because it's automatic for me. If I feel a hand go around my waist, it's automatic for me to get that and snap. I snap, crackle, pop. I want to bust that up. All right. So this is what you guys want to focus on, is getting that primary to be your secondary. All right. Be the second strike is your primary. The first strike is really your secondary. Whether it lands or it doesn't, it moves the person. Okay. This is one of my biggest pet peeves in the MMA, is these dudes don't know how to feint. Okay. They just, when they're going to throw a kick, they throw the kick, and they're going to punch, they punch. They don't feint whatsoever. And without feinting, you can't download what they're going to do. Okay, when you feint and you do something and you see the person jerk or move their hands, oh, okay, so as soon as I lift my leg, they're going to drop their hands to block that, and they're leaving their face wide open. All right, so these little things, these little downloads that we need to get in order to dispose of this opponent is necessary. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, hit the damn subscribe button. And do this, you guys, remember who the F you are. All right, peace.